A very good morning to all of you. Today is Thursday, August 25, 2022, and we'll be analyzing the Hindu Delhi edition as usual. So, first, we'll be identifying the most important news, and it would be obviously followed by a detailed discussion, right? So, let's begin. And okay. Mm-hmm. Nothing on first page that is relevant to our examination. Okay. Neither on second page nor on third page. Okay. Let's see on what we have on fourth page. Okay. Know this thing Yakshgan. It is very important aspect of our culture. Okay. It has come twice in prelims of UPSC. So just know about this thing. Fine. Yakshgan is celebrated in what we say Karnataka. Let me see. There are a lot of name for this Yakshgan. Okay. I think it has not written or what. Okay. Heading the G20 and New Delhi's choice. Fine, we can do this. Making out a case for other UBI in India. Okay. Universal Basic Insurance. Very briefly, we can see this. What is the idea here? Maybe we can write this point in examination. Okay. Heading the G20 and New Delhi choice. Very briefly, we'll be doing this. Okay. Strangling Tunisia's democracy. The death of Inder Megwal. Don't do these things. Okay. The competition amendment bill. Fine, we have to do this. Tomato flu. We'll see what is the gist here, and then we can decide whether we have to go or not inside the article. Living Chennai not required. Why can't government call all party meet on freebies? Okay, fine. Let's see how it develops. Okay. There is nothing here. Let's see if we have anything here. Okay, we'll do this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. There is. I don't think we have any relevant news on this page. Now let's see the sports page if there is something. Very little chance that we have anything here. Okay, done. Important news on this page. Now let's see what we have here. Okay, so I think the one news was directly on editorial. Two editorials we have to do now. Yes. So let's begin with the editorial only because we don't have any other choice. Newses are less relevant these days. Okay, with respect to the examination. Some days it's a very long read, some days small read. So it goes like this. In about 3 months, India will assume for the first time the G20 year-long presidency from December 1, 2022 to November 30, 2023, culminating with G20 summit in India in 2023. The subsequent months will witness India hosting over 200 meetings with hundreds of ministers, official diplomats, etc. Of G20, composed of 19 powerful economies and European Union. India has hosted international conferences such as Non-Aligned Movement Summit in 1983, the third India-Africa Forum Summit in 2015, but nothing compares with hosting of G20. It is world's informal steering directorate on global economy issues. It entails the responsibility of shaping decision making on key challenges facing the world today, and its summit is preceded by large quantum of preparatory deliberations that feed into the final outcome. Importance and complexities. It is essential to neither overstress nor underestimate the significance of G20 work. The G20 membership represents nearly 90% of world's GDP, 80% of global trade, 67% of planet's population. It is advisory body, not a treaty-based forum, and therefore its decisions are recommendations to its own member. The weight of this powerful membership carries an enormous political and economic influence. The representations of United Nations, World Bank, International IMF, and the World WTO, WHO, and other multilateral institutions in its make G20 an incomparable body. Okay, right now Indonesia is the head. Initially, Italy, followed by Indonesia, followed by India. Right. So last year, Indonesia is in 2022, India will be in 2023, and Italy was in 2021. This goes like this: December, let me tell you here, December 1, 2022 to November 30, 2023. So it is December 1, 2021 to November 30, 2022, and so on. Here December 1, 2020 to November 30, 2021. Okay, so it goes like this. G20 has played a vital role in addressing financial and economic challenges such as global financial crisis of 8-9 and Eurozone crisis of 10. The forum was elevated from its finance ministers to the head of government in 2008. This was the era of G8, okay, of major powers, the United Nations, EU, Russia and also China, but they needed to work together with the emerging economies in defining global challenges and crafting their solutions. However, in the second decade of G20, the forum is faced with existential crisis where the major powers have fallen out. It makes the task of presidency country more complicated, as the current president, Indonesia, is discovering the disastrous impact of novel coronavirus pandemic. So these are the challenges apart from the above existential crises. The war in Ukraine, India-China border tensions, EU-US, Russia hostility, deteriorating US-China relation are already visible in run-up to 2022 Bali summit in November, where all G20 leaders may not be sitting physically in the same room. The outcome in Bali will affect Delhi summit. Okay. Indian officers are thus carefully planning their strategy to burden and prestige of the presidency are bestowed on India. They know well that current geopolitics are redefining the contours of geoeconomics today. Okay, a good line. Their mission will not only be to save G20 but also future of multilateral cooperations in diverse domain of grouping multidimensional agenda. Okay, nothing to explain till here. It's plain simple English, right? India's choice. What are the choices left with India? Guided by the triple motivation of promoting India's national interest, leaving its mark on G20 and maintaining its primacy as effective instrument of global governance, there are four different ideas have emerged in New Delhi. First, G20 presidency offers a unique branding opportunity for India's recent achievement, including ability to combat COVID-19 effectively at home and abroad through vaccine aid and diplomacy. Other major achievements are India's digital revolution, its steady progress in switching to renewables, meeting its target to counter climate change, and push for self-reliance in manufacturing and reshaping global value chains. New trends in entrepreneurship, business innovation, the rise of many startups as unicorn, gender progress too needs to be showcased. A single year presidency does not empower the host to change the world, but India can provide evidence of its domestic successes tested at continental scale. Okay, this is a good line. India can provide evidences for its domestic successes tested at continental scale for global adoption. So when we say from local to global, so this line can be used. Okay, this line can be used at tagline or the line in the in the way forward when we are providing evidences for or we are supporting global for from global to local. So this could be a caption, a tagline or a beginning line there. Okay, global to local. Okay, this could be a line plus sentence to begin. Okay, this sentence. It can also be utilized to transform India's suboptimal physical infrastructure to create an attractive investment and tourist destination, especially as several important G20 meetings will be hosted outside Delhi. Second, a remarkable coincidence for democracy on the path to become powerful economy. Indonesia, India, Brazil and South Africa hold the presidency from December 21 to November 25. After India, who will be holding it? Brazil and then South Africa. This offers a rare opportunity for synergy and solidarity to advance interests of developing world and to assert their combined leadership of the global south. Third, another exceptional coincidence is that all the three members of IBSA, India, Brazil, and South Africa will hold G20 meeting presidency consecutively from 2023, 2024, and 2025. This forum, insulated from geopolitical pressures constraining the BRICS, where the three countries are required to work with Russia and China, can develop a cohesive plan to project the priority concerns of the global south. IBSA needs an urgent rejuvenation by convening an informal meeting of its top leader, perhaps on sidelines of the Bali summit. Yes, this is a good idea. 4. India needs to get ready to emerge as a chief global diplomat. As the G20 president, India will be obliged to take broader view of G20 agenda to synthesize divergent interests of all constituents of the forum: 5 permanent members of UN Security Council, the developed world united under the flag of G7, 5 members of BRICS, and other G20 members such as Argentina and Mexico. More importantly, as the president hosts, India should factor in the perspective of the countries not represented in G20. Yes, this is a very important point. Although G20 has 90% of world GDP, but still 10%, it only has 67% of the population, right? So it is our responsibility as chair to address and include all and every human on the earth. Okay, India will advocate in an inclusive approach with pragmatic and human-centric solutions to global issues. Good line. It has written very interesting lines. Okay, just mark it out. If you want, you can write it down in a notebook. In essays, you can use it. You can use it in paper 3 and paper 2 very effectively. An important aim should be to end Africa's marginalization by elevating African Union from permanent observer to full-fledged member of G20, so that it becomes G21, and thus placing it at par with the EU. A parting thought: these 4 choices are not mutually exclusive. It is possible to weld them together to create a holistic and comprehensive approach for India's presidency of G20. The challenge is to combine and an India-focused view, promote the vital interest of the global south, and demonstrate diplomatic acumen to communicate with and reconcile the viewpoints of rivals and adversarial power centers such as West, Russia, China. India today is in the enviable position to deliver this unique package. It must rise to the occasion. Okay, so a very good article. Got something from it. When I get something from any article, I appreciate the article, because most of the time when I find article interesting, it is that either it is giving a new idea or something, it is written by some kind of diplomat or something local person when they write, or with no what we said disrespect to them. Okay, but I don't find that very useful for the examination. I don't get new ideas from that. Okay, they keep on repeating the same ideas. Fine. So let's see the second one. Making out a case for other UBI in India. Other UBI means something other than universal basic income. It is batting for universal basic insurance. A very good idea as far as I see. It took the COVID-19 pandemic to expose the precariousness of human society across the world. As the importance of social security come into focus after the major wave of pandemic, the debate on UBI began to resurface in policy circle across the globe. However, there is another UBI that needs to be examined in India's context: universal basic insurance. Before discussing the second UBI, it would be worthwhile to look into the design and options for social security. Types of security net. Income shocks result in a free fall of those living on lines of basic living wage down towards the critical survival line. In any case, the fall is below the line 2 needs to be prevented, as it can be catastrophic. A household can end up facing a poverty trap. Social security says systems like a safety net placed at line 2. Line 2 is what? critical line, and line 2 is what? Basic. Line 1 is what? Basic living wages. Okay, the social security nets can be of three types. The first is passive security net, which catches those falling from line 1 and prevents to fall below line 2. The second is an active net, which works like a trampoline so that those who fall on it are able to bounce back to the line 1. The third is a proactive safety net, which acts like a launch pad so that those who fall on it will not only bounce back but also move beyond line 1. The first type of safety net is basically a social assistance program meant for the most income deprived section of the society. The second type of safety net is a scheme with higher outlay. The third type of social security net is most desirable option but requires immense resource in institutional capacity. For second security, people on south end of the income line need social assistance. Those on north end of the income line should have voluntary insurance. Social security mainly encompasses food security, health security and income security. In India operate on the widest spectrum of social security scheme which cater to largest number of people than any other country. The sheer scale of India's social security program delivered to millions of households spread over the vast geography is mind-boggling. The Indian food security program, for example, has over 800 million beneficiaries being provided a heavy subsidized food grain under National Food NFSA. The NFSA is the world's largest food security program. About 120 million children are provided free lunch under midday meal scheme. In addition, some 50 million people benefits from the free meals program run by state government. Nevertheless, there are issues of the financial sustainability and leakages in the security program. For health and income, on health security front, for unorganized sector there is a Ayushman Bharat scheme, okay, which has over 490 million beneficiaries. In organized sector, the central government runs the Employee State Insurance Corporation and central government health scheme catering to 130 million and 4 million beneficiaries respectively. Health insurance scheme run by various state government cover about 200 million people. Only about 110 million people in India have private health insurance. Despite these large scale provisions, about 400 million Indians are not covered under any kind of health insurance. Income security is the trickiest part of to tackle in social security basket. So there are three things in social security basket as we have discussed. It was here somewhere. Here it is. So food security through NFSA, another program, fine, and health security through a decent coverage of health insurance, right? And now income security is one of the trickiest thing. Organized sector, it is easy. GPF, General Provident Fund, which is availed by about 20 million central and state government employee in the country. The second is Employees Provident Fund, which is availed by about 65 million workers in other organized sector. The third is Public Provident Fund that can be availed by Indian citizen but has contributors from the organized sector mostly. There are about 53 million new pension schemes subscriber in the country, okay, NPS subscriber. In unorganized sector, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Man Dhan Yojana, PM Kisan, and is availed by about 120 million farmer. Atal Pension Yojana by 40 million people. Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Man Dhan Yojana, 5 million beneficiaries, while there are about 50,000 beneficiaries under National Pension Scheme for Traders and Self-Employed, NPS Traders scheme. The largest unorganized sector income security program is a scheme under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which has about 60 million beneficiaries. Thus, out of 500 million workers in India, 100 million have no income security. So this is the conclusion that you should be remembering. So only about 1/5, right? 20% are covered nowhere. Proponents of universal basic income cite the informality of Indian economy and hurdle in rolling out schemes such as unemployment insurance in country. However, beside huge fiscal implications, the proposal of universal basic income runs the risk of implementation failure due to large scale beneficiary identification requirement. Why UBI? So what is the need of universal basic insurance? The other UBI is a better proposition for two reasons. One, the insurance penetration in India has been hovering around 4% for many years compared to 17, 9 and 6% in Taiwan, Japan and China respectively. Two, though the economy largely remains informal, the data on formal sectors are not available, both for business, okay, through GSTI and etc., and for unorganized sector through e-Shram portal. As a result of recent initiative by the government, the GST portal has 13.5 million registrations and e-Shram portal has about 280 million registrations. As a prototype of social security portal based on such data, the so-called social registry portal Kutumb developed by Karnataka is available as blueprint. Till the Indian economy grows to have adequate voluntary insurance, social security can be boosted through universal basic insurance. Okay, more or less a data based article. There are a lot of data in this that is not required for an examination. Yes, the idea is good. Universal basic insurance. Why? Because only 4% penetration, okay, and three things it can cater to. Three things, and what are those three things? It is written here: food security, health security and income security. Food plus health plus income security. So what could be done if the government, or if the government can give this, then all the programs for food security, health security, not health security, and food and income security can be removed, and that money can be diverted here. It is an idea. It may be criticized. There is no worries for that. But the idea is more or less a novel one, a unique one, and yes, we can write this in an examination. We must write this in our examination. May this be question of health, or the question of macroeconomic parameters, or the state of Indian economy, right? Or it is a question of education, insurance, service sector. Everywhere this idea can be useful, right? So look for ideas, not for paper where it can be used. Once you understand the idea, you can use it anywhere in the examination, okay? And the text and text page, the competition bill amendment. What is amendment to the already existing ICA? Necessary, okay. As the dynamics of the market changes due to technological advancement, the artificial intelligence and increasing importance of factor other than price, amendments other than price. So there are factors other than price that are basically related to technology, okay. Amendments become necessary. The long awaited bill to amend the CI was finally tabled. Some of the major amendments include allowing the commission to give an additional waiver of penalties to applicant who discloses existence of another cartel in the market, in unrelated market, okay, not in their market, in unrelated market, giving the commission authority to appoint a DG rather than a central government, etc. Okay, giving commission. So commission has been given authority to appoint director general rather than central government. By implementing these amendments, the commission should be better equipped to handle certain aspects of new age market, transform its functioning to be more robust. Fine, give it a read, because since it's an amendment bill, so yes, we can skip this thing. But know this thing, that Competition Act, I think it was 2001 or 2, okay, has certain, is now, I should like it is anachronistic, okay, means it is out of its time. Fine, so amendment is warranted and it is being brought, a good thing. Tomato flu. In the article Tomato Flu Outbreak in India published in the Lancet, the author defined the infection as new virus that has emerged in Kerala's in young children younger than 5 years, means in less than 5-year cases, okay, they are suffering with tomato flu. It is communication on Tuesday. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare stated that illness is a clinical variant of heart, foot and HFM disease, okay, hand, foot and mouth disease, FAMD it is also known as, okay. Medical experts have taken strong exception to calling infection as tomato flu, saying that usage of such term is unscientific and misleading. They also clarified that the infection is not related to consumption of tomatoes in any way. Oh, this is very important to know that tomato flu is not related to tomato. It is related to hand, mouth and foot disease, okay, which is a obviously viral disease in animals, especially in the bovines like cows. And then we had a news here somewhere, I marked it out. Yeah, wind project addition to peak by 24, okay. Annual installation of new wind power in India will peak by 2024, likely decline thereafter, according to released report on Wednesday by Global Wind Energy Council and MEC Plus. The part of the transition away from fossil fuel, India has committed to sourcing half of its electricity in 2030 from non-fossil fuel and installing 60 gigawatts of wind power by 2022. So far, only 40 has been established. Wind energy installation has been slowing down since 2017. Only 1.45 gigawatts of wind projects were installed in 2021, with many delayed due to second wave of pandemic and supply chain related disruptions. To compensate, the Ministry of MNRE granted a blanket timeline extension for 7.5 months after the scheduled commission date for projects with power purchase agreements signed before June 2021, which pushed the SCD, okay, scheduled commission date of 0.7 gigawatt projects to 2022. The trigger for the slowdown, according to the report, was advent of auction regime in 2017 to award tenders. The new scheme led to large order but highly competitive bids. Subsequently, market has concentrated wind projects around few substations of Gujarat and Tamil Nadu, which were home to strongest resources of potential and lowest cost of land. This created bottleneck and slowed down project activities made across the and made it costlier than solar power. After 2024, fresh projects are likely to be wind solar hybrid. Yes, this is a good idea because the hybrid will work in every condition. Look, this is a wind solar hybrid. The diagram is given, okay. There are wind turbines and there is solar panels all together, okay. So no part of the land is wasted. Okay, and I don't think there was any other news. I think we are done. Yes, we are done. Yeah, so it's time to take a goodbye from you. I am closing today's session. So thank you all for listening to it and making notes. So it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye all. But before going, I'll urge you to subscribe the channel, like the content, comment and share the work. Okay, so goodbye all, good luck, study hard and Jai Hind. So friends, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe our channel and share this video with your friend. Follow us on Telegram as well. Also keep studying hard, keep following your dreams and keep tuned to our channel. Comment below for any suggestion. Till then, goodbye, good luck, keep studying hard.